Brothers, in this video I'm going to share with you the ultimate guide on how to build an aesthetic body within the next 6 to 12 months and how I use this guide to go from being a skinny guy to looking like this over the course of a few years. Before I get into it, I just wanted to introduce myself real quick. My name is Priyank, I'm 26 years old and I'm an online business owner. And I'm also a fitness enthusiast. So this video is for you if you're a guy, you're either skinny or fat, and you're anywhere in between 20 to 30 years old and you're looking at building an aesthetic body.
Because I have fucking aesthetic body, bro.
So I came up with a 4 simple step guide that I use and that you can use to build an aesthetic body within the next 6 to 12 months. So without further ado, let's dive into it. The very first step, if you want to build yourself an aesthetic body, is what I call the body fat percentage of the gods. When you look at the Greek gods' physiques, most of these guys stand at around 10 to 12% body fat. And this, my friends, is the first step to look aesthetic. Because you may have all the muscle mass in the world. If you have some layers of fat hiding it, then you'll just end up looking like a fat powerlifter. But obviously, if you want to look good at 10 to 12% body fat, you definitely need to have some muscle mass. So if you're skinny at the moment you're watching this video, you should then be focusing on gaining some muscle mass before you think about leaning down. And if you're fat, then your first step would be to lose a bit of weight and start to trim some fat. And if your starting point is a bit more fluffy, then the first step would be to lose some weight, just like I had to do at some point. Getting down to 10% body fat will make you look a lot more attractive. Like, I'm not only talking about your body, I'm also talking about your face. Because when you're sitting around 10 to 12% body fat, then your jawline starts to pop out. We can see a lot more details on your face, which makes you look a lot more attractive. And when you feel more attractive, you tend to perform a lot better, whether it's at work, whether it's in business. You really start feeling confident with the way you look, and this will have a positive impact on so many areas of your life. Now, talking about a low body fat percentage, it's really hard to get to 10 to 12% body fat without tracking anything. Like, some guys can do it, but for most people, you can't get to 10% body fat by accident, which leads me to point number 2. Track your life to success. The great mathematician Carl Pearson created what we call the Pearson's Law, and it goes like this. When performance is measured, performance improves. When performance is measured and reported back, the rate of improvement accelerates. So just like any other area of your life where you want to get successful, like your finances, like your business, you need to track what you're doing in the gym. And you especially got to track 2 things. First thing is your food intake, or should I say your macros. And the second thing is your lifts or your performance in the gym. And by that, I mean how much weight can you put on the bar. When it comes to your macros, I won't tell you how to calculate your macros in this video. There are a lot of good guys on YouTube that do it way better than I do. But if you're trying to lean down, I'm gonna tell you something crucial, guys. I'd recommend you to lose fat slowly over the course of 6 to 12 months. The reason being is that having a slow and steady fat loss will maximize muscle retention, because the main problem with fat loss and getting leaner is that a lot of guys want results fast, but what ends up happening in the end is that they tend to lose a lot of muscle mass, like way too much. So if you don't want to look skinny as fuck, you gotta make sure to induce a very small calorie deficit to lose weight over an extended period of time. View fat loss as a marathon, not a sprint. Talking about that small calorie deficit, what I would recommend you guys is to go on a 10 to 20% calorie deficit. You should be aiming to lose anywhere in between 0.5 to 1% of your body weight each week. Meaning that if you weigh 180 pounds, you should be aiming to lose anywhere in between 0.9 to 1.8 pounds per week, not more than that. This will allow you to have a slow and steady fat loss that you can sustain over time, and will also prevent you from losing some muscle mass. Alright, so before I get into the third step of this guide, if you're liking this video so far, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more content like this one. Now, the third step to build yourself an aesthetic body is what I call the aesthetic muscles. And here, let me tell you that most guys neglect at least 2 of these muscle groups. So there are 4 muscle groups that every guy should absolutely focus on to look more dominant and masculine. First one is your neck. The second one is your mid-delt, so that means the sides of your shoulders. The third one is the back, and especially the lats. And the fourth one is, of course, the chest. So when it comes to the first one that I talked about, which is your neck, so whenever you meet people or you talk in front of the camera or in public, having a nice dominant looking neck is extremely important. For example, look at these photos of actors and models. They're obviously photoshopped, but you'll notice that these guys, when they have a thicker neck, they always look more attractive and aesthetic. Building a strong neck is the key to have a complete and aesthetic body. So I'd recommend to any guy watching this video to train their neck. And if you want to train your neck, the thing you can do is to start by doing the basic movements like neck curls and neck extensions. You can add some weight when you do it, but I'll definitely recommend you guys to start doing it body weight, and by doing some long sets of like 30 to 50 reps in the very beginning, just to get accustomed to the sensation of it. Because I gotta tell you guys, when you're first getting started with this neck training, honestly, you're gonna get sore as hell for the next few days. So start by training your neck with no weight at all in the very beginning, and then slowly add some small plates and induce the progressive overload. Be very cautious when you start training your neck, so use very small plates like 2.5 to 5 pounds at most. And over time, like any other exercise, you'll get to increase the weight. Now let's talk about the second muscle group, which is your back, and especially your lats. The reason why it's extremely important to have a wide back if you want to look aesthetic is to have a good shoulder to waist ratio. Building that strong V-taper will really give the illusion of you having a wider back and a smaller waist, which gives you a nice and strong masculine look. So the best exercise to maximize your gains on your back is weight pull-ups. And when it comes to pull-ups, I highly recommend you to get stronger at doing those. Don't shoot for high rep goals like doing anywhere in between 30 to 50 reps on pull-ups, because it does not have the same impact on your growth as doing like weighted pull-ups. So focus on getting stronger by adding some weight to your pull-ups. This will really make your wings grow and really give you a wider back. So the third muscle group that really enhances your aesthetics is your shoulders, and especially the medial head of the shoulder. Dude, if you follow the previous steps in this video, you have a low body fat percentage, around 10-12%, you have a strong neck, a wide back, and you have some 3D delts, you'll just look like zyzz, bro. Having these 3D delts can really make you look like you're enhanced. And to achieve that goal, you should absolutely not focus on doing stuff like front raises. The best thing to do is to destroy your delts by doing side lateral raises. I found that working with long sets of like 15 to 20 reps is extremely efficient for that movement. And since doing this movement does not really accumulate fatigue on your body, you can easily do that movement at least twice a week. Like for me, at some point, I was doing side lateral raises at least 4 times a week. Alright, so the last muscle you should focus on to build an aesthetic body within the next 6 to 12 months is your chest. Having a nice looking chest really contributes to you having an amazing look. When you look at actors that stand out in Hollywood, all of them usually have a great chest. So the best movements you got to focus on to build an aesthetic chest are the incline dumbbell press to build that outstanding upper chest, and also weighted dips, which is the only exercise that stimulates your chest in such a unique way, especially if you do them weighted. Alright, so before I get into the very last step of this guide to build yourself an aesthetic body, bro, if you're liking this video, make sure you smash the like button down below. Alright, so the very last step of this guide is aim to get stronger over time. This might sound like common sense, bro, but so many guys fuck this up. I see so many dudes going to the gym every day and train with the exact same intensity they had like a year ago, and that's why they just never progress. But if you keep track of your progress, just like I told you at the beginning of the video, you absolutely gotta aim for higher numbers. Just like in finances, or if you're looking at growing in business or whatever you want to do in life, you need to set yourself goals to aim for progress. So you gotta keep a good form, don't cheat, and focus on increasing the weights you'll lift over the course of a few months. Try to progress on mid-rep range sets. That means that if you can add some weights on your exercise where you do anywhere between 5 to 10 reps, then you'll definitely end up looking more aesthetic in the end. Alright, so there we have it, man. That is the exact 4-step guide that I used to build myself an aesthetic physique. But overall, there is one thing that I did not mention in this video that is extremely important if you want to build yourself an aesthetic body, and it is to be brutally consistent. Because the main reason why so many guys just never achieve the body of their dreams is because at some point, after a few months or after a few years, they end up giving up because their mindset's not there, man. But you won't, because you're a savage, dude. Alright, so that was it for this video. If you guys want to go further on your journey to get an aesthetic body, I made this video where I show you guys the exact 4 simple steps that I've used to go from 30% body fat to 10% body fat. I'll put the link to this video somewhere down, like around this video. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys very soon. Peace out.